always do that. I always press the video again.
It's such a good video. Play it twice.
Play it again. Get everybody hyped twice. Good morning, everyone. This is a moment of hope with Upward Transitions. And I am so grateful that you are joining us today because I have my friend and colleague, Crystal Levine, with us. Good morning, Crystal.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Crystal is our volunteer coordinator with our airport program, and we are so excited to bring you an update about our airport program this morning. Crystal?
All right. So I'm happy to announce after a hiatus for about a year, we're coming up on a year now, from our volunteers at the information booth. They have not been there. It's been empty. They will be returning to the Will Rogers World Airport information booths on April 1st.
Woo! Where's my confetti gun? I wish I had some confetti. I don't have anything. Like,
sound the horns. Everybody thinks I'm April fooling them. I'm like, no fooling. This is for real. We're really going back April 1st.
Very good. That's so excited. You have done a wonderful job during this time of lockdown and COVID. What people may not know is that many of our volunteers are in the at-risk category or retired. They're seniors. They really run the gamut of where they fall on the volunteer spectrum. But many of them are retired and in that category, which is why we kind of took a sabbatical from this program during COVID. And so many of them have been in their homes this whole time. And so they've kind of been chomping at the bit to get back out there, but we didn't want to do it until it was safe. And so many of them have gotten their first and even their second dose of the vaccine. And I know you've been working hard to make sure that space at the airport is safe. So tell us a little bit about what you all are doing at the airport to make that program safe, and what changes and modifications you're doing to prepare for the volunteers' return.
Yes. So just as you mentioned, many of us will be out on our vaccination and be prepared to go there. Obviously, we'll still be wearing masks. Everyone will be masked, and the public has to be masked as well. We've also put barriers around each information booth. So we have an information on baggage claim and upstairs. Both of those are now enclosed. So there'll be a barrier between them and the public, but it's completely see-through, seamless. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. So we have that in place. Cleaning procedures at the airport have been top-notch since this all started a year ago. So the cleaning crews out there have agreed to clean our information booths each shift. So they'll be getting a cleaning 3 times. Plus our volunteers will have all the cleaning things that they desire. So we have everything there that meets the standards for killing COVID and other germs. So they'll have all the cleaning supplies they wish to have, and spray things down and wipe things down as they use it and before and after their shifts. So there'll be lots of cleaning procedures in place. And we'll, of course, be keeping our distance, washing our hands, doing all of those things as well. So lots of safety and precautions and procedural updates that we'll be training on and teaching the volunteers and teaching our stakeholders out at the airport. Hey, come by, say hi, but please keep your distance, be respectful, all those type things. Stay masked up. So.
That's right. We're not going to let down on those safety procedures just because we're going back to the airport.
Yeah.
So for those of the travelers and the public that don't know about the airport program, just tell us a little bit about what happens in this program.
Oh, this is such a great program. So a lot of times the first interaction that a visitor will have in Oklahoma City will be with one of our volunteers at the airport. So they're a friendly face, a smile, a welcoming. So we do anything from answer the phones at the airport, handle lost and found, help with stranded travelers if that's the case, or social services out there if someone's needing that type of help. But they're really there to provide a helping hand. They're an ambassador not only for Upward Transitions, the airport, all of our stakeholders, but the city of Oklahoma City. What is there to see and do? They can recommend what is there, what's your interest, that type of thing. A lot of the questions we get, where's the restroom? We get the phone call. We were all chuckling last week in a meeting of hey, can you hold the plane for me? We've gotten those phone calls, like I'm on my way, hold the plane. And we heard a fun
that
story.
Person at one point in my life.
That might have been, well, we had a fun story last week about the Mayor Holt actually calling and saying, hey, I'm running late. Can you hold the plane? plane. And Josh was sharing with us of how he did actually hold the plane for about 15, 20 minutes. So he didn't delay it, but that did happen. But I had to tell the volunteers that you cannot do that. Like, we are not holding the plane.
You do not have the authority.
Yeah, so don't get any ideas. And of course, tons of questions about real ID, and it never fails. Anytime I'm training a new volunteer, there'll always be that question that comes up that you've never had before, which makes it a lot of fun. And I steal your tag a lot of times too. Life happens at the airport. It's the best people watching around. Like, if you like to people watch, volunteer at the airport. It is so fun. You meet interesting people. You see crazy outfits, crazy things. It's a lot of fun. So it is just a lot of fun.
Well, and, the spectrum of the things that happen at the airport, one of the first things that I encountered when I started working with Upward Transitions is everybody was like, you got to go experience the airport program. You've got to go meet the volunteers. And, when I went out there, somebody proposed at the luggage, return. And I was just like, this place is amazing. And so really, that's when I kind of adopted the life happens at the airport kind of mantra.
So
but you guys have helped sports teams, find their way around the city. You've helped military personnel. I know you collaborate a lot with the Military Welcome Center out there.
Yes, that's a weekly thing. Every week with the military personnel, we help hundreds of military personnel that come in, and everybody goes right through. A lot of people don't realize that, but they go right through Will Rogers to go to Fort Sill. So our volunteers are very active in that and helping the military. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and so and just general wayfinding, but the other part of it is the social services. In addition to the ambassadorship of it, unfortunately, the other side of life also happens at the airport, and people end up requesting social services. Domestic violence and human trafficking, and all of the things that happen in the rest of the city also happen at the airport. And our volunteers are trained to resource people in those parts of it as well. And so I know you've done a great job of training our volunteers to really, kind of be there for people in those moments.
They're really good at listening and just providing a listening ear. A lot of times when people are traveling, and my motto in life is really, and even at the airport, treat people as if they're having the worst day of their lives and experiencing that, and have empathy from that standpoint of, you don't know what's happening when they're traveling. Or our volunteers are trained, like you mentioned, the human trafficking aspect, or domestic violence victims that have been dropped off at the airport with trash bags and their child. And so they're trained to spot those things, and they're trained to assist, and we have the resources there, and we collaborate with a lot of partners in the community to connect people with resources to get them to services, and have avoided human trafficking victims out at the airport because of our services there. So there's been a lot of that as well. So really just being that listening ear sometimes, if they may not have the solution, but you do get to do a lot of problem solving at the airport. So that's a lot of fun to work your brain and solve problems, but also sometimes just to listen and forward that concern or complaint or whatever it is on to whoever it needs to go to. So.
Well, I know this group of volunteers just has a caring heart, and you have done a great job of caring for them during this time. You have done a weekly virtual get together with them. They have learned how to use technology to gather virtually during this time. Tell us a little bit about your virtual gatherings.
So we've been doing weekly Zoom meetings each week. So we have had a lot of the volunteers embrace technology that were formerly not doing that, or even just calling in over on Zoom. We have that capability as well. So we've been meeting weekly, discussing, because the airport is ever changing. There's currently construction projects. Those have continued in light of this pandemic and everything that's going on. So all of that is continued. So lots of changes going on at the airport in our absence. So keeping everyone up to date on what's going on, staffing changes, just everything changes in general out at the airport with the construction. So we've been managed to meet with people like colleagues like yourself and different people and hear what's going on. So, and it's been a chance for all of us to connect, because it's a unique volunteer experience where you don't see all your volunteer family. We meet 3 times a year. We don't see each other every day as if you were volunteering in another aspect. So it's been a great opportunity for us to grow closer and connect with one another each week and learn more about each other and really become even a closer, tight-knit volunteer family, if you will. So we've really had a fun time doing that and staying connected. And I just appreciate all of them just for their retention and staying on with us. Obviously we'll have some that may not return. I expect about 50% of our shifts to be filled and 50% of those to be empty. And that's just kind of spitballing it. But of course, we're always recruiting volunteers and hope to fill those slots. And we plan on making some changes. Currently, before the pandemic, we were 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. We plan on opening that upstairs booth at 8 a.m. now and making that a little bit earlier. Most of the traffic upstairs is pushed out by 5 or 6 p.m. now. So we're thinking of being up there from 8 to 6. And so taking this opportunity as we re-engage to make some of those changes, and then still our downstairs information booth will be from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. So making a few tweaks there and looking forward to traffic picking back up. What we're seeing right now is about 50% down, and we were breaking records prior to all of this a year ago. So a big change for when they do go back. They'll be helping about half as many people as they previously did, is what I suspect.
Well, and like you said, the Oklahoma City airport, the Will Rogers Airport is in itself going through a transformation and gearing up to do more traffic. We're gearing up to be a travel hub when all of this is over. So
we're super excited. Yeah.
Yes. So, well, I'm excited when everything is safe to go out there and visit our volunteers again. And I know they are excited to be out there as well. So Crystal, thank you for everything you're doing to keep our volunteers safe and prepare for their reboot and restart on April 1st. No fooling. No fooling.
That's right. That'll be our tagline. No fooling. We're back.
So, is there anything else you want to share about your program before we go?
Like I said, we're always looking for volunteers to join our family. Reach out to me. You can get on our website. I'm sure Micah will plug it into the chat here, but make sure you connect with me or hook up with us. We'd love to have you and join our family. We're always looking for volunteers, or if you're out at the airport, stop by and say hi to one of the volunteers in April. They would love that.
That's right. If you would like to volunteer or learn more about our airport program, you can always go to our website, upwardtransitions.org. You can find Crystal's information there and connect with us there as well. Everybody, this has been another edition of A Moment of Hope with Upward Transitions, and we are excited to welcome our airport volunteers back. We're surrounding them with love and hope as they prepare for their return to the airport on April 1st. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.